Yo, what's going on, hungry people? Is your boy Michael Patrick Buckley. We're back on the Hungry People podcast. Let's get to it, baby. I'm fired up with my little duck hoodie. I guess it is. You like it? I think it's pretty sweet. Looking fire as hell. I mean, you know what I do. You know what I do out here in the streets. I always keep it 100. You feel me? So what is it? 26th. It's my dad's birthday today. Day after Christmas. Did you have a nice Christmas? Christmas is always fun for most families, I'd say. For some families, may not be a may not be a fun time, but I'd say for most, usually Christmas is full of tradition and happiness and love and kindness and joy. So I hope that you had that with your family this past Christmas. Crazy, we're almost in 2023. 2022 flew by, baby. Just like that fly on the wall after I tried. Yeah, I'm just kidding. I tried to make some analogy there and that just didn't work. Uh Yeah, just flies by, just keeps going, doesn't stop. Nothing stops for you. You're just like one piece. That's what's crazy. Like Franco Harris died, Pittsburgh's longtime Pittsburgh Steeler, and it's just like, well, the world just keeps going. If Franco Harris dies, well, see ya. We got to keep moving. It's sad when you really think about it deep down. It is kind of sad, but at the end of the day, there's how many 8 billion people here, and no one cares about you except for like I don't know 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Nah, but you get what I'm saying. People care for you. Really, how many do you need? You only need like five, right? 5 to 10 that really care about you. That's all that matters, right? So last week's episode, oh my gosh, what was last week's? I actually forget. I legit don't remember. I gotta go uh look up last week's episode. It's been a minute since I did one. Wait. Oh, allergy season. I talked about allergies. There's still so much that I didn't say that I wanted to say in that episode. Hmm. I am a big believer that you can get rid of most of your allergies with diet and lifestyle, and you could even maybe say fasting. Um Not like long-term fasting, but doing some fasting here and there. Maybe, I don't know. I just don't think that most conventional medical doctors out there would be like, hey, you can get rid of this stuff if you do this. They would rather just be like, hey, here's some medication. Which, matter of fact, actually, this brings me to a point because I know a doctor. He's actually a plant-based doctor. Good, like really smart, amazing guy. I grew up with his daughter, went to preschool together, and like our families and his family, we all went to preschool together. Like my brothers and sisters, and his kids. Uh, and occasionally I would text him for like medical advice. So when I had this issue with my skin, this histamine issue, I was like, dude, like what could I what could I do? Do you have any thoughts on this? Like, do you think, should I try fasting or did I even say that? I don't even know. I said, I think I told him like, oh, I was like doing juice fasting and this and stuff. And then this happened and blah, blah, blah. I think I told him a little bit of the story, but um yeah, he said there's this allergy medication. I always forget what it's called. I actually have it with me right here. Um Give me 1 second. We just pull it up. Allegra. That's what this is. Allegra. Um yeah, it's an antihistamine. I will say it does work. And I don't mind taking it. And even he was like, hey, like you take it. It's not like it's gonna do harm in your gut. It's not like it's gonna cause further issues. It's very safe. It's very effective. Like you don't need to worry about it. If it gets bad, just take it. So I was taking it for a little and it was working. Can't even lie. But I just got to a point where I was like, I still don't want to take it. I just don't want to do it. And I stopped. And then every time like that issue cleared up a bit. But um, yeah, anyways, enough of that stuff. I don't want to, this isn't about that. Um, but at the end of the day, I do think that your allergies can get better even when you get older too. So it is just sad to see kids go through stuff like that. Um, Actually, I kind of want to bring one more point up about the allergy stuff because there was something that I saw on Twitter the one day about a female and her kid, and her kid was like maybe 3 years, 2 or 3 years old. I don't know exactly, but this kid had insane skin issues, like fucking horrible skin issues. And I think she put her, I may have saved the post. I don't think I did, but I think she put her kid on some animal based diet, like Whole Foods animal based diet, not like just fucking going to Giant Eagle and getting processed meat and cheese. But like actually, good meats, eggs. I think some what is that like A2 milk? That's a thing. I don't even know what that is, but like I've seen it. I think something like that. Just stuff like that. And I think this kid's skin issue really cleared up. It was crazy. Um, I don't know. It just makes you think about a lot of shit. But then it's also like that's just an antidote, and that really means nothing at all compared to what someone else could be dealing with. Like I do think a lot of people can benefit from the medical system. Anyways, okay, let's move on here. So today with my crazy funky hair, we're gonna talk about the vegan agenda. The good old vegan agenda that Bill Gates is out there to get you. Bill Gates is really trying to kill people with his Beyond Burgers and Impossible Meat Patties and all his fake meat. Right? It's all a Bill Gates thing. This money hungry man. He's just fucking coming to get you. That guy with the gut. He walks around, smartest guy in the world. He's the one that wants you. It's not the government who um, subsidizes, meat industries and dairy products and shit. Hey, they fully fund that stuff. It's not that. It's the government. The government's not out to get you. It's Bill Gates. That's what everyone says. Actually, I think that's actually a great place to start, where people say that there is some fucking vegan agenda. It's and I just laugh. It's probably the dumbest statement any human could ever make, ever. Okay, maybe not the dumbest statement, but I just think it's pretty outlandish to say. Just when you look at, the factory farms and slaughterhouses and the amount of meat and eggs and dairy that's produced year in and year out, yet people actually have the gumption. They must have a fucking sack of a lion or a gorilla or a giraffe if giraffes have big ball sacks to say that there is a vegan agenda. It's unbelievable. Uh Now I get it. If you want to eat vegan, and even eating vegan, in my opinion, I don't even think it's a natural diet. I don't even think it's a natural way of eating. I don't. But like this is natural. Like living in a house, with fucking lights and Wi-Fi, and like that's what's natural now. So you could say it's maybe natural, but I think with the whole natural talk, we bring it back and like, oh, back into our ancestral days. Like what we'd be eating. We'd be eating, X, Y, and Z, which yeah, I think there's a lot of foods that only certain foods we would be eating, but I do believe that animal products would be a part of that. So, um, but yeah, I don't think that eating overall though, I don't think that like eating vegan or plant-based necessarily is a natural way of eating, but we have all the resources nowadays that we can do that. Even though they don't make it easy for us whatsoever, they make it extremely hard and difficult. I go to a restaurant, sometimes you can't get anything besides fries. Matter of fact, getting fries and a salad is like my new go-to now at restaurants. Definitely. Yeah, I'll take a salad with a side of fries, please. Thank you. Fire up some lettuce, tomato, onion, garlic. Nah, don't put garlic in that. My fucking breath will be stinking like crazy. Uh, so yeah, quick side note while it's also on my mind, talking about the vegan agenda. I come with this with um a heavy heart, and I've said it multiple times in the podcast, but technically speaking, it's pretty much like impossible to be a vegan. Like this house that I'm living in, you can't tell like if you can't tell me that there's nothing in here that there isn't some sort of animal product being used. Like when you deeply think about it, people want to take everything to the littlest tiny bit, you know. Like when you think about it, there's probably something in this house that's not vegan. So if I'm living in a house that's not vegan, am I vegan? If I'm not mistaken, there's stuff in the roads. There's probably stuff in my car that's not vegan. I'm just kind of assuming that. Someone said say stearic acid in roads. Is that a thing? Or I think they use bone marrow in roads. I think in certain inks in pens, they use uh, some sort of animal byproduct. I mean, it's really crazy just to think about the kind of stuff that's being used with animal products. It's crazy. But then you can be like, well, that's what animals were here for. And they're here to give us this beauty and they're here to give us their lives so that we can live with beautiful houses and beautiful roads and beautiful fucking ink pens. But then you think like, oh no, they're not. No, like I just think some people would say that. Um, but yeah, my point here is that there's a lot of stuff that we buy and use that may not be vegan, yet like we all want to consider ourselves. I mean, I even myself like would want to say like, oh yeah, I'm vegan, right? But am I really? Is anybody really vegan? These labels are always. That's why I fucking hate the label bullshit, dude. Everyone wants to label themselves. Oh, I'm fucking a raw breatharian vegan. I don't know, dude. I rather just live my life and just eat and just have fun, you know, versus like putting these freaking labels on myself. Um, but yeah, I mean, would you agree with that? Would you agree that there's animal products and pretty much everything we do in life, and it's almost like it's impossible to prevent it, and it sucks. It's sad. Um, when you actually like deeply think about it, but not many people want to have that conversation, to say the least. Fuck. Just felt something there. Okay, so there's a post that I want to bring up and read. It was someone who grew a big following here on Instagram with her vegan way of eating or plant-based way of eating. And this post was actually March 1st of this year. Yeah, I think so. March 1st of this year. I always love reading the comment sections of stuff like this. It's funny. Um, I'm just gonna read a little bit of the post. I think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I'm gonna read the post. So she says, after eating a vegan diet for 6 years, I reintroduced some animal products into my diet. These products are wild caught fish, seashells, raw local honey, buffalo brain, dead insect, pollen. What? No, I'm just kidding. She didn't say the last two. Bee pollen, and then homegrown eggs. She says, why? I state this reasons. It's these reasons. I state this reasons to explain myself, not to convince anyone from veganism. I'm sharing my experience about listening to my body. A healthy plant-based omnivorous diet will always be healthier than most vegan diets, even if not completely conventional. That's another bold statement there, Cotton. Just bringing out these like one-way statements. Eating locally and seasonally is the key to sustainable health for you as an individual and for the planet as well. I can agree with that. I think eating locally is ideal and it's definitely best. I do think sometimes though it can be hard to get to like a farmer's market at certain times. And I usually just go to Costco or Aldi or Trader Joe's. But it takes a lot of stability and a lot of conscientiousness to shop locally, 100%. Um, and then she says, it's not all black and white as the vegan media portrays it. This is what sparked the vegan agenda. There is an agenda behind there is an agenda behind it. It required me to be very open-minded to follow veganism. However, I needed of even more of an open mind to admit it is not what it was supposed to be about, at least not anymore. And veganism is supposed to be about causing the least harm as possible. Of course, what most vegans do, even more with consuming a processed diet. Only imported sprayed produce and obstructed their health along the way. Don't forget, you are an animal you do not want to harm too. Okay, but like if you eat most animal products, you're harming somebody or you're harming a human. So it's almost like physically impossible to not cause harm in the world. Not that like you're doing it on purpose, but uh, what's the word? Not arbit. We're not arbitrarily causing harm, right? No. What's the word? It just kind of like it just happens. It's just a part of living, you know. There are millions of there are millions of ways to approach a vegan diet. One with processed foods obstructs our health. Not true. To the points we do not know yet. Whole food one, especially fruit based, is amazing for letting the body experience deeper detox, which isn't necessarily ideal. However, there's many plant-based foods that are not necessarily human foods. I have found for my body to die to I have found for my body to easier digest simply quality animal foods that I mentioned for nutrient density than plant foods that most vegans are turning to reach their nutrition intake. I don't think her English is the best. Nutrient intake is just as important as detox, and many forget that. I mean, I definitely agree with that too. That there's all these people who come into fucking vegan or raw vegan fruitarianism and whatever bullshit, and they just detox, and it's like all about detox. Like, yeah, cool. You want to do it for a week, that's fine. But like, you cannot live in that state. You're just stressing your body out. You're going to absolutely ruin yourself long term. Pretty. I want to say it's like it's like guaranteed. It's not guaranteed. Like I know a lot of people need it. It can help, but so then she says Animal foods have nutrients like D3, B12, creatine, K2, zinc that most plant foods do not have or very little of, or they have it in a way less bioavailable form. There's that term bioavailable that they all like to use. Here I'm listening to my body's calling, and yet I only eat foods I am visually drawn to in natural raw state as well. Not even though I lightly cook eggs and fish. Of course, it's better not to consume animal products if you cannot get them in the best quality you can. Yeah, I think so. Okay. So interesting post. The main reason for that was because of the vegan agenda. There's an agenda behind it. So this was 41 weeks ago. Someone commented, "Can you talk more about what you mean with the quote unquote vegan agenda?" Someone commented, "Yes, please. What is the vegan agenda?" I commented, "It's just a bunch of lies that people use to going back to eating animal products." It actually got a lot of like you can like comments on Instagram and it got 24 likes. People must have liked that one, I guess. Someone commented, "So true, bro." Then someone says, no, the girl on the no, this is actually someone uh who also went ex-vegan. She commented, "The fact that you say lies says it all. There is truth and lies, but it's not all lies." And I said, "It would be an honor to hear your thoughts on what the vegan agenda is." Of course, she's not going to comment back because, I mean, she's a loser. So, no, I'm just kidding. She's cool. But someone commented, "Maybe not all lies. Maybe there is an agenda in the sudden capitalism and consumerism driven glorification of chemically loaded meat substitutes." I mean, I'm not going to deny that at all. I think that's definitely true. It's all money profit driven. And if you can create a product that is similar to meat and it's not killing an animal or at least doing the least amount of harm, you're going to get people to buy it. And I myself I buy it and I eat it. And I still feel good. I still look sexy as fuck. uh, so, and then she goes on and says, "But I think it's the lesser evil to stick to fruits and veggies and nuts, even if imported or not organic." I think okay, yeah. Even if imported or not organic. No one is forcing anyone to buy soya hot dogs on the daily. Valid point. But that's something to where, you know, you go to a cookout and you want to enjoy the food that's there. You want to be a part of the cookouts. You don't want to be some lonely dude not eating the food there. It's I've done that for too long. It's annoying as shit. Like I'd rather bring a soya hot dog if that is that even a thing? I don't know. But I'd rather bring like a vegan hot dog or a vegan sausage and eat it there and actually like be normal. I don't care. Like I just like I'm fucking over it all. Um and then she says the person's name from the post is free though, her body and she decides. She was a big inspiration for my journey. However, I'm interested in knowing more about her take on this, especially after her whole book and online persona on the manly fruitarian diet. Yeah, so I guess this female uh I guess she that's oh my gosh. See, this is another thing too, where people they come online, they get a following, and they write a book, they have an online presence, and they sell the book for money, and then they stop it. That's what's like crazy about all this stuff, and I'm sure that's like why a big reason why people stay vegan. Um, um, and I guess good for her for not doing that. But it's just crazy where like you come in here, you write a book about vegetarianism and eating fruit and food combining and all this kind of shit, and then you just go back to eating whatever. So I commented back to this person. I said, "So now we are calling it an agenda to create a product that gives us an easier opportunity to be vegan in a society where people can't go a single meal without eating a single animal product." And this is me, so obviously I agree with myself, but That's the thing is that, yeah, you know, it's money driven for the plant-based meat products, vegan meat products, and you could say it's chemically fucking whatever bullshit in there. But I do think it, once again, it does allow you to be part of society. Like it's funny because the society doesn't want you to be vegan. Yeah, people are saying there's some fucking vegan agenda out there. I keep swearing today. I don't care. I like using the word. I like using the F word for emphasis. Um, but yeah, and then most people they can't even go a single meal without eating animal products. They don't even know any better. They don't know any better. That's all they know. This is all they know. All they know is eating bacon and eggs in the morning, ham and cheese sandwich for lunch, and then a steak with whatever coleslaw and mac and cheese for dinner. They don't they don't know anything else. Yet there's a vegan agenda. It's it's mind blowing. I could walk into every single house here in Pittsburgh and I may find 6 vegans. Probably not. Maybe a little more, but oh my gosh, like people, it just it's crazy to me. So, and then I said, I actually give her credit for being honest and upfront about it all. I've had great conversations with her online and respect what she does, and I have to say, and I have no say as to what someone does with their body. Even my friends ask me, "Are you pissed that I'm eating the steak right in front of you?" And I say, "You're free to do as you will." And then I say, it's just funny that the reason people use to say they aren't vegan anymore than I hashtag vegan agenda. And that's the thing is like people just lie, about why they're not vegan. Everyone does, which is okay, it's fine. Um, Someone commented back facts, and then someone said, well, that's part of it, but there's also the agenda to get everyone on fake lab grown created meats. A true plant-based diet without processed and lab created foods is definitely not the agenda. Things like Beyond Meats are part of the agenda bought out by Bill Gates. Lab produced meats. Oh my gosh. I I don't think it's an agenda. It's just that they see an opportunity to make money, and I don't even think it's doing well. Like, so what agenda is that if it's not making money? And why does Bill Gates need fucking more money anyways? He already has the most money in the world. Does he really need more money? Maybe he thinks it's a good thing. I actually would like to hear his thoughts on it. To see if he actually has any like any videos online of him talking about that. Yeah, it's weird. So okay, let's stay on it here. So what more about the vegan agenda can I talk about? Um yeah. I just think posts like these and people say that kind of stuff, it there's just no context and it makes people not want to be vegan because they make it sound so compelling to eat animal products. Using terms like bioavailable and vegan agenda and shit like that. And I don't know, it's just kind of sad. And when you have that conversation with people about, all the animals that are dying out there for you to, have a steak on your plate and processed meat in your sandwich, it's actually mind blowing. And I get it. I get it. You know, um, like there's a lot of people online here who were vegan and now they're not anymore. A lot of ex-vegan stories, and you go through their videos and you see what they were doing before and what they're doing now, and I don't know. I think I just would like to have a conversation with one of them and talk about it. Um, but I do think a lot of it does have to do with like you're not normal in society if you're vegan, and you create. It's almost like you just create issues for yourself by being vegan. I mean, it's almost like myself. That's what it is, and it's really sad, and you wish that there could be a different way, and it was easier, and it's just not. Like if there's a vegan agenda, why is you know plant-based burgers more expensive at a restaurant than a fucking grass-fed burger? If there's a vegan agenda, why aren't there more vegan restaurants in America than just regular restaurants? I mean, I could sit here all day and list off questions of like, if there's a vegan agenda, then why this? I mean, but it's like people make these claims about it, and there's just, I feel like there's just too much evidence to say that there's just not a vegan agenda. You know, there could be a money hungry agenda for sure, but I don't know. And the vegan meats and stuff, that is what's weird because are they healthy? And I don't even think people would say that they are healthy. And then you could think, okay, well, if they're not healthy, then why are you eating them? Like you should just eat meat instead. And I don't know. It's just like weird to think about. I think I really would need to have like a conversation with people about it and talk about it versus just me just sitting here and talking about it to myself. It can just bring up more thoughts and stuff. And um I guess the only thing would be like just don't eat it, you know. But hmm, the vegan agenda, the good old vegan agenda, it's out to get you. It's out for crime. It's out to fucking kill you. The chemically lab grown meats that you don't even have to eat or pay for are out to get you. Man, I don't know. I think that's about all for today on the vegan agenda. Um, I think if people actually think there's a vegan agenda, I think they're ignorant. I think they have the wrong mindset. I think they're looking in the wrong direction. I think if you would look deeper at what actually goes on in the animal industry, in the dairy industry, in the egg industry, that you would actually see that there clearly is not a vegan agenda, and that everything in this world is based around money, and it's fucked. It's sad. That's all this world cares about is money. No one gives a flying shit about anything else. What can I do to make more money? That's all for today. Stay up, be great. Always keep it on it, baby.